It's Wednesday, friends. I'm back again. It's Wednesday. Last night from 4 o'clock until 6:30, I was in the dentist, sitting there going through this pain, and I start thinking about you guys. We gotta think about this. When we're trying to grow in our business, in our life, when we're trying to do certain things in our life, we all have to deal with some type of pain. I was talking to one of my business partners yesterday, and I hadn't spoken to him for a week, and come to find out, a guy that he was going to bring on had did something extremely bad. And it was like a $50,000 problem. And I was like, bro, I cannot believe that happened to you. And he was like, Lim, it wiped me out, but you gotta understand, it's just $50,000. Now, to me, I don't have $50,000 to lose. Let's just keep it real. I'm gonna be very transparent to all you guys. And he was like, it's $50,000, Lim. What we have is worth 10 times more than that. And so that got me thinking. I was like, wow, this dude had to really go through something really dark once in his life before that he realized this was nothing. And it was a learning point for me, because I'm like, okay, here's someone who just did something wrong to him, put him in the bind. Now he's $50,000 less, and he's like, that's nothing. So I start thinking to myself, are you mentally prepared to grow as a person? And it doesn't have to mean this has to be all with money. This can be with, let's just say, you have a spouse. And this ain't got nothing to do with me. I just saw a video just the other day at the dentist's office. Let me tell you, man, I went through some pain. And this guy was like, I had a spouse. I took her to this festival, and we had a great time, and someone took our money, and then before you know it, my wife wanted a divorce. He's like, I had nothing. And he said, I started laughing because he was like, it was so ridiculous that this all happened at once that I couldn't believe it. He was like, but on the inside, I knew something was telling me that everything was going to be all right. Have you ever had something that just was devastating? You kind of laughed at it going, ha ha, what is this? But you knew on the inside that this was not going to stop you. You felt like this was just a stepping stone. You know, let's get biblical real quick. And I don't apologize for this. God provided manna back in the day for people to eat on because he knew they were traveling. And he gave them temporary food to eat each and every day. Before you know it, these people were depending on that. You know how we are. We're lazy. We don't want to go out and do this and work on the hard stuff. People are the same today as they were back in the biblical days. So the good old Lord took away that manna from them, and people were like, oh, how is this possible? How are you taking this manna away? He must hate us. Oh, he must be a horrible God. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But think about this. He taught people how to go and pick grains, veggies, taught them how to get their crops going. And before you know it, they didn't eat manna anymore. And some of y'all going, what is manna? Well, manna was like a type of bread that came up every, I guess, evening or something. I don't know. I wasn't there at the time. That's what it says in the scripture. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? And it is, I mean, it's just one of those things. Pain. When they thought they lost that bread, that manna, they thought they were going through pain temporarily. My guy who lost that money, pain. I'm in the dentist's office going through all that pain because my tooth was hurting. But I knew I had to go through the pain to get to a certain point where I was not going to be in pain anymore. You see what I'm saying? We all have to go through something. And if you haven't gone through something yet, you better thank God that you are getting prepared right now, because it's going to happen. It could be a loved one. It could be a financial issue. It could be a car wreck. It could be anything that's going to change your life. But the question here is, folks, today on a Wednesday, a hump day, baby, you made it. If you made it, you should be clapping, going, man, I made it to Wednesday again. It is March the 4th. No, it's the 6th today, because today is my sister's birthday. Shouts out to you, Quintella. If you made it this far, are you mentally prepared to grow? Not a lot of us is ready for that. I just did a video the other day, and I was talking about people still making excuses about what happened in high school and this and that. And I said, your life sucks because you're still stuck in the past. You're not willing to forgive and move on. If someone does you wrong and they don't ever say, I'm sorry, you know what? You tell them, I forgive you. And you let it go. Look. Let it go. That way you can be ready to move on for what's best for you in your life. I know it sounds hard, and I know everybody's like, I don't know about that, man. He did me wrong. Yeah, but are you going to spend your entire life talking about that same story over and over again? No, an outlaw, not an outlaw, a bonus-in-law, an ex-law, sister-in-law, I should say, who still is having issues with something that happened a long time ago, and she's not moved on. And everybody's like, she's still stuck on that. Isn't that weird how some people are still stuck on issues? You got to be mentally prepared, guys. That tooth last night for 2 hours in the dentist with my mouth open, I was like, I'm going through this pain because I know at the end of this, it's going to be all right. However, my dentist said, you got to come back in next Tuesday, Lim. I'm like, oh, but it is what it is. Life is good. So whatever you're doing this week, if you're having issues, if you think that that you're not going to be able to make it through, the devil's a lie. You're going to make it through. And next week, next Wednesday, come back on this same show. And pretty much, right, I made it through again, Lim. You might have issues. It's okay, guys. You got to go through pain to get to the next level. You have to. Hey, if you got some good news, go ahead, share those with me at lemmygoodnews@gmail.com. I would love to read out some stories here. I've got a couple of videos coming down the pipe that I'm just excited. They're getting edited and all that right now, but I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Sorry I'm not as pumped up like I used to be, but right now, I ain't gonna lie. I'm on some pain medicine. And I'm calm today. Woke up at 3:30 this morning, hit the gym. Had to get it all done. Got to go to OU, see my boy. Got to take him to nutrition, all that. I mean, it's a long day, but pain should not stop you. Are you mentally prepared to grow? That's what you should be asking yourself today. And with that, don't forget, I love your bitch.